Hey guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid News Now. In the news today, the very first reviews for Captain America Civil War are in, and we are definitely talking about that first, but don't worry, we'll also talk a little bit about Deadpool 2 and a casting potentially looming for the young Han Solo movie. But let's kick off our day with the big story, Captain America Civil War. And let's just cut to the chase, shall we? With 15 reviews logged on Rotten Tomatoes, the film is currently sitting at a solid 100% rating. Now, it's worth noting that 15 reviews is far too few to draw an actual conclusion from. Statistically speaking, the sample size is way too small. Also, the Rotten Tomatoes score is not the end-all, be-all for film reviewing. It simply just tells you what percentage of reviewers thought a film was at least okay. So, in short, to those of you saying that the Rotten Tomatoes score doesn't matter, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I don't 100% agree with you, but I don't necessarily disagree with you. In fact, the most telling thing about the film, to me, through these early returns, isn't the gaudy 100% RT score. Instead, it's that from these early reviews, the movie has an average rating of a whopping 8.8 out of 10. If that stands, it would make it the highest rated single movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, that's almost certainly going to dip, as most newspapers and trades are probably sitting on their reviews until closer to the movie's May 6th release date. But with that being said, a lot of the heavy hitters have already gotten their reviews out there, like the USA Today, Variety, IGN, Empire Magazine, and The Hollywood Reporter, just to name a few. And without spoilers, of course, I've got a few snippets prepared for you. Jeremy Johns gave it an awesome-tacular. Empire Magazine said it matches blockbuster scale with the smarts of a grown-up thriller. Playlist applauded the movie for crafting an, I quote, compelling blockbuster entertainment out of a moral and emotional conflict. And, Variety says the movie sets a high but not insurmountable bar. The only downside, according to Uproxx's review, is they can't imagine how Marvel movies are going to get any better than this, which, well, admittedly making me a little bit anxious, bodes incredibly well for this movie in particular. But if you'd like to check out all these reviews in depth, hit up the link that I've posted in the description. And in our second story of the day, straight from CinemaCon, it is official. Deadpool 2 is happening. Big shocking news, right? Well, on the heels of last week's report that Ryan Reynolds had officially signed on to return, Fox announced today that the sequel is actually happening, with the star, director Tim Miller, and the writing team of Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick attached. Now, I'm treating this a little nonchalantly because a sequel was inevitable, with rumors flying around since the film's opening weekend, and just the sheer amount of cash this movie made. To date, it's literally made its $58 million budget back more than 13 times over. That is a profit. But I digress. The difficult thing will be repeating the trick with higher expectations this time around. The first one, as good as it was, kind of fell into the category of a very pleasant surprise. But with that creative team of Reynolds, Miller, Reese, and Wernick, I don't doubt that the sequel is going to be insanity. So, tell me what you want from a sequel in the comments section down below. In our last story, let's jump back to the Disney corporate umbrella, where the search for a young Han Solo may be just about over. Yes, Deadline Hollywood is reporting that the studio has zeroed in on Hail Caesar's Alden Ehrenreich to take up the mantle of the legendary scoundrel. The site reports that after the shortlist was narrowed down to Ehrenreich, Kingsman's Taron Egerton, and Transformers 5-star Jack Rayner, they had the three undergo more testing. And reportedly, it was in that further screen testing process that Ehrenreich really separated himself from the pack. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I would still pay mucho big bucks to see Taron Egerton in the role. I'm a big fan of his after Kingsman and Eddie the Eagle, but you cannot deny that Ehrenreich does look just a little bit more like Harrison Ford. And this isn't meant to be an insult to Ehrenreich at all, but I just think he looks a little more like a scoundrel. But as always, let me know your thoughts on the potential casting down below. So that about wraps it up for another HNN. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you liked what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider supporting us on Patreon for access to exclusive goodies like most of our creative original content a couple of days early. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.